And we're back, guys. I'm your host, Good Energy. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. We are taking a look at the women's final today in New York City. Will Aryna Sabalenka become the first back-to-back New York champion? Since who? Answer in the comments. That's an easy one. Or will Anisimova get her first main tour slam? Now, she's a junior slam winner here. We saw an epic match with Coco. But first, let's talk about Alcaraz. Well, actually, you know what? Let me tell you guys something. This is the first I've ever seen, or at least that I can remember, I witness a player argue with a chair umpire and have the call overturned. Unbelievable, guys. This was insane. I wish I could show you the video or even the stills, but it's heavily copyrighted. I can't. That's why I pretty much say my doctrine of fair use speech, the fair dealing speech before every video, because you guys have to realize I have over 7,000 videos. I have to make sure that I'm covering my videos with the fair use doctrine, because I'm telling you guys, a lot of these channels, they pop up and then they disappear. You can't just take video and do whatever you want with it. You know, it's got to fall within the legal guidelines. And that's why I have so many videos, because I make sure my content falls within the legal guidelines. And it's pretty much as simple as that. But listen, this is amazing. So Lara Alexin, right? I think she's a college player. I think she plays for Buffalo. I could be wrong, but right. So she's a college player, ITF player. She was taking on, and she's from the United States. She was taking on Marija Rebeck, who I think she's from the Czech Republic, if I'm not mistaken. So this is an amazing match. So Alexin lost the first set. She comes back and wins the second set. Now, they're in the third set. This is the third and final set. This is for all the marbles, right? Listen to this. So Marija, she hits a shot, which the chair umpire calls out. And she is livid. She stops play for like 10 minutes. She walks up to the chair umpire and she's like, no way that shot was out. It was in. And she is throwing a fit. Now, Alexin is serving. Alexin, she's just watching this argument, and she comes up and says to the chair umpire, she says, honestly, I'll be honest with you, the ball was in. It was absolutely in. Now, Alexin's already down love 15 on serve. So the chair umpire says, okay, if you say it was in, I'll award her the point. So Marija changes one call with the help of Alexin. So now it's love 30. And by the way, congratulations to Alexin, because she's the first player that I've seen since Carlos Alcaraz against Sinner, right? Remember that, where Carlos said, no, the ball was in. It should be his point. And the chair umpire gave Sinner the point. So Carlos is very classy. And by the way, Carlos is probably the only player on tour that can get one of those forehands past me. I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty good, right? So Alexin tells the chair umpire it's her point. She gets the point. And I thought that was classy from the chair umpire. She said, okay, I might have missed one. But then all hell breaks loose, ladies and gentlemen, right? As Marija is serving now, right? So now she's serving. It's the third set. This is a break fest, by the way. The first four games are all breaks in the third set. So now Marija is serving, and the chair umpire calls a fault. Marija again throws a fit. She's like, no way that's a fault. That's in. What is going on? So she walks up to the chair umpire. We have another 10-minute confrontation, and Marija is going nuts. She's like, you keep missing calls. This is unacceptable. That ball was in. So now Alexin comes up, and Alexin says, I think it was in. It looked like it was in. So this is like crazy. So Marija's like, you need to change the call. We're agreeing on the call. And the chair umpire is like, well, I can't have you guys always agreeing on the call because I'm here in the chair. This is my job to make the calls, and you guys might not agree on all the calls. We could have a problem if she's agreeing on your call, but you're not agreeing on her call. And Marie's just like, but she is agreeing on my call. We don't have a problem with agreeing on the calls. We have a problem with you making the calls incorrectly. So the chair umpire says, look, enough. This is my job, okay? This is my job. I'm the one that makes the calls. I'm not letting you guys decide any more calls, okay? I gave you the benefit of the doubt. It's possible I made some mistakes, okay? Maybe I can't see that well on that angle, but I'm making all the calls from now on. I don't want you coming up here. This is enough. I've had enough. Go back and serve, and I'm going to handle all the calls. You guys aren't going to agree on any more calls. If I call it, that's what it is. I'm the boss. Marija's like, no, that ball was in. You need to change the call. I want my first serve back. The chair umpire says, okay, I will give you your first serve back, but that's the last time. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. The first player that I've seen had an umpire change the call. This was big time. I wish I could bring you the video, guys. Unreal. That's right, guys. Her name is Marija Rebeck. I think she's from the Czech Republic. Unreal. The chair umpire said, fine, you can have your first serve back. Guys, it still resulted in a double fault. So Marija had a long day. She ended up losing the match. Unreal, guys. I could not believe it. I'm telling you, after a 10-minute argument, the chair umpire said, fine. It's a first serve. It wasn't even a point, but I thought that was pretty cool. So it can happen. I haven't seen it happen much on the pros, but it can happen. Happened between these two guys, Carlos Alcaraz. That's right. He said the point was in. The umpire gave it to center. Carlos is very classy, guys. Very amazing guy. He owns the head-to-head. They've played 14 times. Guys, this is going to be the 15th time these two guys have met. It's really the first men's duel to play 3 major finals in a single season in the Open era, right? 8th straight major title won by Sinner or Alcaraz. Insane. The big two, they're dominating the tour. The winner will be the world number 1. In terms of Sinner, guys, he's won 33 of his last 34 slam matches. I mean, that's freaking crazy. In terms of Sinner, he's won 27 straight slam hard court matches. Unreal. The guy's just freaking insane, I'm telling you. And this is going to be a matchup here where there's only one person on tour that's really dominated Sinner, right? And that's Carlos Alcaraz. We can go back to that title in Italy where Sinner was a huge underdog a few years ago. I told you to take Sinner to upset. And Carlos came out of the gate flying a lot faster than Sinner, right? I told you to take Sinner to win that match. Huge upset. Actually, early on, a lot of the upsets he's had over Carlos Alcaraz when he was a big underdog, I told you guys to take. Right now, I can say Carlos is the underdog in this match. Now, Sinner, he frustrates a lot of opponents. I would have loved to seen Felix win that match. I thought he was playing the best tennis I've ever seen. Felix is probably the cool, along with actually all these guys. They're all pretty cool. But Felix is definitely one of the coolest guys I've ever met. The problem is, I think Felix, he was doing well on the short ball. And that's how you got to beat Sinner. Sinner's reach, I mean, he just moves so well horizontally. His wingspan and his ability to cover the court and get balls back and just extend these rallies and setting up his shots are amazing. I think he's got a very good forehand. And keep in mind, he holds serve better than anyone on tour. And just his wingspan, he disguises the forehand. You don't know which way he's going. It's a really, really dangerous weapon. The difference why Carlos hasn't been able to frustrate Sinner is he's got the vertical game. He's got the footwork. He's got the speed. And he's able to make some of these rallies just absolutely messy. Sinner's a longer player, longer legs. Carlos Alcaraz, shorter center of gravity, even though he's 6 feet. He's shorter than Sinner. Sinner's 6'4". He's able to make Sinner use his legs and make these rallies messy. Carlos has improved his serve, a lot more powerful serve. Last night, Felix had to really up the ante. He really had to hit the backhand. He was hitting speeds at up to upwards of 80 plus miles per hour, at 85 miles an hour consistently. Felix doesn't like to play that strong and aggressive. Carlos can. And then when you factor in his speed at the net, I like Carlos Alcaraz as the underdog in this spot. I like he's plus 102, Sinner's minus 129. I like that. I like Carlos as the underdog. I think Sinner's playing great tennis. I do like Sinner's just kind of cruise. Denis Shapovalov did, I saw that match. He won the first set. He had the power being a lefty, making it difficult for Sinner. The Denis is very strong. He can get very aggressive, but front runner, he ran out of stamina. Carlos is not going to get tired. His stamina, maybe a couple of years ago, I used to question. He's improved that. He's got the best resources in the world. I'm going to take Carlos to win this match. If I'm getting Carlos Alcaraz as an underdog, I'm going to take that any day of the week. And the public relies on what have you done for me lately. They're still looking at the Wimbledon match. They're saying, hey, Sinner won the last meeting. I'm going to go with Sinner. That's what the public says. Me, I'm going with Carlos Alcaraz to win the U.S. Open. This is going to be amazing. I like Carlos to win this match. I think overall he has the ability to make these rallies messy with his footwork, bring Sinner forward. I think that's the difference, the short ball. Carlos wins. Now let's get to Amanda Anisimova taking on Aryna Sabalenka. Hits hard. Listen, guys, Amanda's been one of the few players to dominate and own the head-to-head against Sabalenka. We know Coco owns the head-to-head against Sabalenka. And the reason why Amanda's able to do that is because she can match her power. She's one of the few players on tour that can match her power. We saw Amanda. Now, Osaka, I thought this might have been Osaka's year at least to get back to the final. I think she needed that. But you saw clearly in that match, Osaka won the first set, had a chance to serve it out, and couldn't do it. You saw her stamina just fade. In the third set, she was a shell of herself. And you saw Amanda. And this is what I'm very excited to see. Amanda's mental toughness, she's keeping it together, and her physical, her stamina, her ability to just fight off fatigue. She's taking her time when she's getting tired. She's grabbing her towel, and she's not rushing. And I think that's very smart. It's tactical, and it's maturity. And she just outperformed Osaka in that third set. Osaka did have a couple break points to get back on serve. She couldn't do it. Every time Amanda was faced with a break point, she stepped up and she had a big first serve. Amanda's serving well. She's striking the ball. Very powerful. And like I said, her and Osaka are very technical. But you saw Amanda outlast Osaka with stamina and mental toughness. Osaka was on the back foot in that third set, and she couldn't hang with Amanda. Aryna can't hang with Amanda in a lot of these rallies because Amanda's just she's so strong. She's the only player that can really match Sabalenka's power consistently. And then you factor in her being a lot more technical. Yes, she does make a lot of unforced errors. She had a ton against Osaka, but so does Sabalenka. So you factor in how technical Amanda is and how strong she is. Guys, this American crowd is going to be all over Amanda. And I think Amanda comes out, she sets the tone. Sometimes Sabalenka can start off slow. We saw against Pegula. And Amanda's game is Amanda's game. She's going to play her game, whether it's the first, second, or third set. What concerns me with Aryna Sabalenka is she gets down on herself, her confidence. She has these level dips, and a lot of it's because of her demeanor and not being able to control her emotions, right? A lot of times Amanda will be experiencing something mentally, and she'll take a deep breath and she'll suck it up. You can see it on her eyes, in her eyes, but she still plays her game. Now, the head-to-head is 6-3 for Amanda. She won the most recent meeting at Wimbledon. We remember that. Aryna Sabalenka beat her at the French Open this year as well. But we go back to Toronto last year, and I'm going to post some photos from Amanda in Toronto. Amanda won that in straight sets. Amanda's won most of these matches against Sabalenka, just dominating with the backhand. Right, her backhand is very powerful. Aryna wants to stretch the court with her forehand, and she's playing into the backhand of Amanda. It's a nightmare because Amanda's powerful, and that's how she gets Sabalenka on the back foot. I think Amanda wins a set in this match. I think overall, Amanda's going to make this a very long, grueling match for Sabalenka. And I think Amanda Anisimova, I think she's going to fall short, though. I think Aryna Sabalenka is going to win the match, but I do think Amanda's going to have a competitive set where she wins one and she challenges Sabalenka. And I think Sabalenka overall is going to win the match. So I think Sabalenka is going to win the U.S. Open as a back-to-back champion. And yeah, that's the pick, guys. I have Sabalenka winning this match and winning the U.S. Open. She's a back-to-back champion, and she's going to be number one for a while now. Tennis in a minute. Enjoy the video, guys. Enjoy the match. And, hey, we're headed to Asia eventually. We'll be back. Thanks for all the love and support, guys. The last slam of the year is over. And, again, enjoy. This is for entertainment purposes only. We'll be back.